Hello and welcome to the East Lampeter Township Public Meeting. All participants are now informed that this meeting is being recorded. This meeting is also being offered virtually utilizing Zoom, which is a cloud-based platform for remote video and audio conferencing. The Zoom application is free to the public. The general public is therefore able to join the meeting by connection through the internet or by calling in by phone. The public is also able to observe the meeting on the township's YouTube channel. Please continue to check the Township website calendar for any updates related to these public meetings. Agendas for these public meetings will also be available on the Township's website. Please be reminded that this meeting is being video and audio recorded and will be posted to the Township's YouTube channel for viewing. The meeting will now proceed with the chairman calling the meeting to order and identifying all other members present in the meeting room and those joining the meeting via Zoom. The chairman will then confirm those members joining by Zoom can be heard.
Okay, so we'll call the meeting to order. And the board members that are here present today are Diane Tyson, Bruce Hess, myself, Chris Creighton. We have two members that aren't here today, so we'll just proceed as we go. And Charles Thomas is here, Charlie Thomas from the township, Ralph Hutchinson, the township manager, and Tara Hitchens, the assistant manager. And that's what we have. There are no other people here.
And there's no one online.
Nobody online, so it looks like. The United States.
Potential spam.
Oh, it calls me all the time. Everybody look at the minutes for this month's meeting. And motion to approve them. Make a motion to approve the minutes. Public concerns or comments. Nobody here for. After that. Recreation, I don't know much of going on as far as there's no baseball.
I did see the phone call from the young coaches for baseball with Smoketown Street closing down, being sold. I think those fields. Big question would be about community park. I hope to come to a meeting and discuss what their needs are.
Smoketown being sold. I thought I saw the paper.
Probably gonna be 2 years.
I thought they just signed a new 2-year lease.
Yeah.
I saw it in the paper that they signed that.
He wasn't sure what was going on. He's a new guy. So
Anybody gets it.
Yeah, they should have it next year, next summer. I would assume they would have it because it's will be school the year after that, so.
you heard from one time I had a conversation with him, so. Other than that, nothing on recreation. That's it.
Buildings and trails.
It was on the Facebook page and it started yesterday. The playground equipment arrived and started being installed today or yesterday. A pole was set and it's good and anchored now. So as we're proceeding, hopefully 2 weeks can have everything done. Not sure, just how it depends how things go. The cameras for the pavilions have been ordered. We did sign a contract with the company. We're looking at mid-July, delivery of those.
Are they just going to be in the pavilions? Is that where they're right around the pavilions? They're not doing anything else? Anything?
Well, there'll be one positioned on the Clark Pavilion shooting out towards the concession stand. The area where the gentleman wanted to put the basketball courts where he was thinking.
Okay.
So, but there would be a total of 5 or 6 cameras. They'll have all the pavilions covered and part of the parking lots.
There's nothing at the Tower Park right now.
Well, not right now, but it is, if you remember, we are getting proposals for design and build of the pavilion in Lafayette Town Park. Get those in and hopefully budget next year to have it built, and we'll have it in design.
Happened to go into Tower Park the other week, about 5 minutes after they were in there and upset the porta pots. And I know, I got there right before the police got there and they came in, boy, we'd like to have cameras up here to see what's going on. They said, you know, because I don't know who, it's a bunch of little kids or something supposedly upset both of us.
Yeah.
It must have been a mess.
Yeah, Troy did let me know trees have been treated for the leaf scorch disease that we've been treating for the past 7 or 8 years. And so the ash trees have been treated for the emerald ash borer. Or that there will be hot and heavy, the playground equipment for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, so they dug up today. I drove by. People, see it all dug up. They were working in there.
Yeah. Yes.
For that period of time, playground areas.
All. Yep. Safety fence around everything.
Look in the backward. I think they still have some play lineage there.
The small, we got 2 sets. 0 to 3 or 4, and then 4 to 7 or whatever it was. They're just doing the small ones first. Yeah. They didn't want to tear it all down. These kids would show up, still give them something to play on. So, yep, one playground at a time. Yeah. There's a lot, probably hit tractor trailer and stuff. Yeah.
With the old stuff.
I don't know. I was going to discuss it in-house tomorrow. If we sell it, there's always somebody out there where we just turn it in for scrap metal.
School somewhere that.
You know, I mean, they took it apart that it could be reassembled. Okay. And it wasn't rip and tear. So, I mean, if anybody's got any ideas or suggestions, but
You need to scrap it.
yeah, some of the bolts had to be cut off because when they were repaired, they put galvanized with stainless steel, and of course that all rusted together. So they had to cut some of the bolts off, but right, 80% of it was all salvageable.
That'd be something for us to do and then put that money back into the park. You know, take it to a salvage yard and get what we could and then put that money back into the park fund.
It all sort of goes into the general fund, so
Whatever.
it could be specifically allocated. Probably not talking about.
Yeah, the price of scrap right now is real low. You can only get $1 if you try to sell it.
Materials and drive out there. You could might break even.
Sometimes to think about it. Sometimes you have to be careful with selling used stuff because how people install it and use it and then come back on you and say you created a hazard and there's.
That's why I was
Taking scrapping it
Some Amish schools
safer.
come take it apart for you.
Yeah.
But it is somewhere they probably.
That was my concern. Troy said, we'll take it apart. Let's give it some thought, maybe make a decision because
We would know if there's life in it based on his certifications, wouldn't he? Maybe 2 pieces that might be sellable versus.
and so to take it apart, so it took, so we had a couple guys over there tearing it off. But live, yeah, we'll figure something. I'll keep you updated.
Yeah, so just the CB recreational program, any updates on that?
We did meet with the school board last month, have another meeting set up with them next week. That's the good news. The bad news is that we were notified by DCNR that we are not eligible for the circuit rider grant because it takes 2 municipalities. And all the recreation agreements, we had it reviewed, all indicated that a school district was, you know, an entity that could be part of this, but apparently, I don't know if the regs changed or what happened there. So that's the bad news. The other, but we go back to good news is that the East Lampeder supervisors are committed to having a recreation program in the township. So we are going to proceed as our own entity and look at hiring a recreation director, and I guess depending on how the school district receives that news and if we can still partner with them, we would look at it. We were kind of talking about an offshoot of this group to have like maybe 2 school board reps and 2 people from the park board to be like an adjunct committee. So if the school district's still interested in partnering, we can continue to work on a memorandum of understanding with them to proceed. But and we did review some qualifications for potential person to run the program. We definitely want somebody that has some experience in recreation. So actually things can move quicker now maybe than we were anticipating. So I think by this time next year, we'll actually have some recreation programs running, you know.
Question I had, just a curiosity, has it ever been thought about or discussed or something that could we somehow work together with like Lampeter Strasburg? They all join together and work, and all the resources kind of to work together between Chester County, York County, all these working together, and they join the programs together, maybe be stronger that way, or, you know, go in there and partner with them a little bit, because I know that they couldn't. Lampeter Strasburg saying that's successful.
Does the recreation director partner? I think they just kind of let the Y operate their facility, but I don't think they have any programming for their parks in Strasburg. It's just the municipal park, the facility that's right there on Village Road that the Y does. So it's.
But if we did something and add to that and work with them, because I know that's how the Yellow Poles run too. They don't. The Y runs the Yellow Pole for them. The Yellow doesn't. Upper Lake Club doesn't. They have the.
As a contracted service.
What's that?
As a contract.
Yeah. But, you know, instead of just hiring somebody, you know, could we work together and have a contract or something person, you know, instead of having all your own and support it on your own, maybe would it be less expensive? What?
To do a cooperative arrangement with all of the CD school district, then just with Upper Lake Township.
Yeah. What is it? Yeah, this would be with the Y, you know, Y be, I don't know if that'd be different going through them or, you know, to have them as an entity.
That's not really what the Y does.
You know, as far as operating facilities, it's just, I guess, part of their bill. I think at this point, you know, we're going to pursue it as our own operation.
Township employee that would operate out of here, and then hopefully coordinate and work with the school district for some programming there, if we can do that.
I think the future hope would also be that once we have programs going, that others in the school district will think that, hey, that's pretty neat. Maybe we should pursue that as well. And then we'll get more cooperation.
Full steam ahead.
I guess we can change the agenda. Doesn't just say region, or it can just say recreation program.
Right, should just say East Lampere Rec. Well, we'll have to say. I mean, yeah. Unbelievable.
The old business.
Progress continues out at the Heritage Pathway. So at least at this point, in fall, maybe for early October for opening.
I think they're really moving along there. Starting to actually open up, going in from the Chestnut Street there, whatever. Down one street there, yeah, one street. Starting like it's going to be an opening there now set up.
Yeah, because the Greenfield Road, Bedford Boulevard intersection is complete. I mean, there's gonna be some line painting, more line painting, put temporary stuff down now, but traffic signals are up, they're running wires to that stuff now. So it's moving along.
Yeah, enjoy getting.
Yeah, it looks like there's things happening. Especially when you go cross over Willow Road
Yeah.
and look down and see
Go across the bridge.
the
here.
roads and the trail, you know, see it.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah, the
exciting.
trailhead parking lot is paved. Everything's paved on this side of No Crossing.
Working. They come out now.
Well, they still have some stuff to do, but,
That hill looks like it was a project.
the hill,
And that.
oh, yeah. They're calling it the hot. It was solid.
Yeah.
We still had 2 poles to set down at interchange yet, or just before the traffic signals down at 3. But, they're making good progress.
Who's done it? They down on the bridge yet?
Yeah, they're working on the barrier walls on the outsides and between the roadway and the walking path. Then they'll have to install fence. All good things take time, but yeah, they're thinking the end of September, hopefully.
Fast. I mean, they started construction quite a year ago. And, to have, mile plus roadway, trail, and bridge done. I mean, it's gone really fast.
Winter too, and stuff, they can do things.
Not 95 fast, but fast. And that was only temporary. This is permanent.
Anything else? New business?
It seems like that went as fast as it was to get the bridge over Strasbourg on the Strasbourg Pike side of Glory at the pumping station. That took almost a year, it seemed like. When you think about how fast that whole process is.
Yeah, I mean, not having to deal with traffic, work site makes a big difference.
No public comments.
There has been none.
Anybody have anything else? For adjournment?
Move to adjourn.
Second. In favor?